spend most of 1997?
I went from being tragic waif, ethereal victim to being brat, bitch, loose cannon, like all this stuff. I mean, I definitely didn't think that it would get this far, you know. I thought I could do okay. I mean, I was sure that some people would like me because I was sure that I was being honest, and if you're honest, someone in the world's going to relate to you.
Is there any one particular event that summed up the whole year for you?
I don't think there was any one event. Avoiding bomb threats, getting spit on. We toured the whole year, and luckily only had to miss out a couple of shows because of all of the resistance we were getting.
I spent most of 1997 on a tour bus. We've been to the States 5 times. 3 events stick out in my mind. One was singing with Diana Ross, which was great. And the other bit was you know, meeting Stevie Wonder. The other was winning the MTV Video Best Video Award, which was fantastic. And it was actually something that I felt that we deserved.
I thought 97 was going to be the biggest year ever, because I knew all the records we had coming out. I knew all the plans me and Biggie had together. Personally, I would have gave up all of the hits and all of the videos and all of the awards to just be, you know, just be kicking it with Big, and to have that not have happened.
Do you remember where you were when you heard about it? Biggie Small's murder, did it have any effect on you?
I think I was on tour. I wasn't very familiar with his work. I mean, of course, it's sad when anyone dies.
I don't know what it says, you know, it's like really hard to find the sense in it.
I just thought about the stupidity of guns and the stupidity of just what a waste of life.
It seems like it should mean something and it should say something really big, and I just don't think it says anything really big at all, which is, I guess, the point of it, which is that you shoot somebody and they can be wonderful, and you know, you didn't. Who made that point? What was the point they were making, you know?
You know, I'm sure people are devastated in his family by the loss, but it's not something that I can relate to specifically.
I do music to do something peaceful, to do something decent. And there were stories to be told, but I thought the whole idea of these things was that, you know, a story could be told about what goes on, but it doesn't have to be enacted.
It was almost like just this physical, life-size manifestation of that whole crap, East Coast, West Coast.
I just was so surprised, like, it just caught me so off guard. I was like in shock. I would never have thought the year would have been like this.
By early 1997, the notorious B.I.G. was ready for pop stardom. With his profits from a double platinum album in the bank, Biggie moved away from the Brooklyn streets where he once sold crack, made friends with his estranged wife, singer Faith Evans, and following the death of his chief antagonist, Tupac Shakur, he seemed to be recovering from a bitter rap feud. Things were looking up. Where his debut had him ready to die, now Biggie was prepared for life after death.
I want to continue to keep making those songs to make you dance and make you groove and have kids and all kinds of things. I'm here, me and my man Caesar Leo. We're just going to do our thing forever, forever and ever.
But then, just 2 weeks before the release of Life After Death, Biggie was murdered while leaving a party in Los Angeles. His death was immediately likened to Tupac's. Both were drive-by shootings, and both left hip-hop fans with more questions than there were answers. LA police moved quickly on the Biggie case, releasing a sketch they hoped would lead to a suspect. 9 months later, though, there's still been no arrest, and there are no new leads. Biggie's family had a small private funeral for him, but then had his body driven through the streets of his beloved Brooklyn for fans to mourn and to celebrate his life.
He just inspired a lot of people. You know, he came from way down, and he just showed us that if you try, you know, you can do anything.
Biggie!
The event got a bit out of hand, and while no one was seriously hurt, 10 people were arrested. 1 week later, Life After Death was released and sold nearly 700,000 copies in its first week. But the title and some of the tracks were more than a little spooky, and so Biggie's friends put together an elegy to finally lay him to rest.
Making Missing You was definitely therapeutic to me. It's like I got a chance to talk to Biggie. I got a chance to, like, that's all I kept on saying to myself when everything happened. I was like, I just wish I could have talked to him just one last time.
Life ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can't express what you mean to me.
For Puffy Combs, of course, life went on, and it did so remarkably. For 35 weeks, from January to September, he ruled the rap charts as either the producer or the performer of the music's #1 single. And then there was his own debut album, reworked following Biggie's death, which turned old hit sources into new hits by way of sampling, and also showcased Puffy's showmanship, if not his lyrical skill.
I don't consider myself a rapper, a MC. I'm just hitting you with just some flavor. I'm just giving you off a vibe that hopefully we can all party to and listen to, and that's the beauty of hip-hop.
Now, what y'all wanna do? Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers? We'll be dipping in the pins with the ballers, on the low from the deck in the chorus, trying to get my hands on some bricks like Horace.
There was a tour or two, of course, and when Puffy wasn't on the road, he continued producing, directing, promoting, rapping, remixing, and even opening a restaurant. He seemed to be everywhere, in the studio, on newsstands, in tons of videos, and in the process, he seemed to be working with everyone.
Look at him answering his phone.
Everyone.
Just do the riffs again, knowing that we wanted to move more.
No, really, everyone.
The food is absolutely great. The Puff Man did a great job.
And he kept his day job, too, as the head of Bad Boy Entertainment.
I would be interested in trying to create a soundtrack that would almost be a score. Tyson bit the ears, man. Bite some ears. A record by Public Enemy right now would be incredible, produced by me. I have to do. I will start flapping my wings right now. No, I don't get prepped, baby. This is my life right here.
Throughout all of this, Puffy managed to handle the success born of his friend's death with a dignity unusual in the record business.
When you see me, I want you to see Big, because he's right here with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to represent for him, and I'm going to make sure nobody ever forgets him.
And the winner is Puff Daddy, featuring Faith Evans and One Crowd.
I wish we never had to make this record, and I wish we never had to make this video, but that's our reality. And B.I.G. will never forget you. Everybody that's passed away this year will never forget you. God bless us all.
What 97 was, it was overwhelming. We lost so many people all over the world. People have felt pain, and Missing You was a song to try to help you to deal with the pain.
If his point was to bring people together, to make people notice the loss of his friend, it was a great choice to pick a song that everyone could identify with.
It's always a comfort to hear what you feel given back to you. Someone to relate to, somebody to be sitting there and going like this and say, I know what you're feeling. And people in general just want to be able to relate.
That's part of the reason why people you know, are so sad when somebody does really good, great things in whatever field it is, you know, dies, then obviously people, you know, show an act for a grief. There are sad things like this that happen, you know, but it's just no need for it to happen, really.
The song Elton John did is a beautiful song. These are heartfelt songs, and it's just like people respond to it. It's like therapy. It's like they need something, you know. The losses were unnecessary, and people are still confused, like why, you know. Just ask yourself why, and you can't really get the answer.